I've been trying to make this video for the past couple of months. Originally, it started as a rant on the state of the game, and what I would love to see improved. Then it turned into what I wanted to see be added, but after going through update after update where nothing really changed, in fact, in some cases felt like it was getting worse, especially with Oni feeling borderline unfun to play, and the game being hostile for M1 killers like Wraith. I've found myself with the realization I don't want to play this game anymore, let alone talk about it. Which sucks to say because I love the world Behavior has crafted, but I also respect my time and my overall happiness, and Dead by Daylight sadly doesn't do that for me anymore. The horrible Walking Dead stream that they made was the first time I really started to feel disdain for the game and honestly the company. While it is unfortunate that hackers decided to ruin everyone's fun like they do all the time, the fact that Otstava, their biggest and genuinely most important content creator, was both ignored but brushed aside like everyone else is just fucked. Otstava is the most important content creator this game has. The amount of love and care that he has put into everything he does for this game should be given the utmost respect, and he's the reason I even knew this game existed. And the fact that Behavior could not give a single fuck about listening to him truly shows both how incompetent they are, but just how little they care for us as consumers. Since then, I haven't given them a single penny. All the DLC I've got was using my own currency that I had left in game, or as gifts, and that will likely stay that way, even if I continue playing, or if I don't. I mentioned this before, but the current gameplay was the second strike for me. I don't think anyone would disagree on the fact that Dead by Daylight's current meta is extremely stale, but the characters I enjoy were hit the hardest. Oni sensitivity is insane right now, having the turn hard capped at around 180 degrees, which is fine, but the initial turn rate is so fucking fast that I actually had to reduce my mouse's sensitivity in general to deal with it. And M1 killers in general having a hard time to pressure when the enemy team is competent. I don't blame certain killer players for having anxiety. This game is so fucking frustrating half the time, and that's genuinely because there's really only one way to play the game to guarantee the kills, and that's to slug, and that is honestly my least favorite way of playing the game. It's boring and uninteractive, but you either slug or get hit by some of the most egregious second chance perks the game's had in a long time. Or get body blocked by the recently unhooked survivor because they have 60 seconds of a get out of jail free card. And when you go to the survivor side, there's only 10 viable perks at this point, and you'll see the same loadouts every match, with very small changes, or a completely different build and killer that's not really meta, which they'll lose because the survivor's team is optimized as shit. And now we've got 3 new perks, and it's never been more miserable to play killer. You just can't fucking win at this point, man. And it's really tiresome, especially coming back to a 9 to 5. I'm already going to a soul-crushing factory. I don't want to go home to an abusive wife. That's not to mention that their project health literally went nowhere, and if anything, it shows that they don't know how to balance their own game, as their ideas of improving the health of the game is old yellowing the killer role. Year 9 was an utter embarrassment, and it will likely be the worst year of this game. But in the end, I truly believe the current event is the last straw for me. Survivors being given borderline free wins for simply playing competently, and there being only 8 to 9 killers that can get the full potential of the poison, or have ways to counteract the cheese Survivor has. Not to mention that the poison is so overtuned that it feels impossible to verse those only viable killers, making the Survivor experience against good killers as fun as it is in the base game. There's really no winning for both sides, as you're either steamrolling or being steamrolled. And it'll only get worse as the event goes on, as the meta gets more defined. I mean, we already have Fixated and Champion of Light. And I have never seen killers DC at the same rate that they have been during this game mode, but I just don't blame them. I've gotten to a point where I felt the exact same. This part's going to be very rude to Behavior as a company, but it really needs to be said. If, somehow, anyone at Behavior sees this video, pull your head over your fucking ass and understand this simple fact. Dead by Daylight is your only successful franchise. Look at your rap sheet. almost every IP that you've developed outside of Dead by Daylight and your more recent titles have been shitty movie tie-in games that someone's grandma would buy them from a fucking bargain bin. But outside of that, let's look at these other games, especially after your first real smash hit. Warhammer 40k Eternal Crusade, critically panned and shut down in 2021. Game of Thrones Beyond the Wall, shut down in 2023. Westworld, which got sued for using code from Fallout Shelter and just being a shitter version of it, shut down in 2019. Death Garden, shut down in 2020. Meet Your Maker, while fun in concept, is broken at a fundamental level, and I guess the Disney money is needed because they made a Star Wars Monopoly game. I genuinely don't get why behavior feels so fucking confident. Just because the ASIM competition keeps shooting itself in the foot doesn't mean that one won't eventually come and be the big change that can cause a cascading effect. I'm not one to say to boycott our game, but if things keep going like this, we may see the same drop-off that Clash Royale had, almost losing 300% of its monthly revenue after 5 months of fucking around with their player base. The only difference is that Clash Royale players have a certain level of respect, and Dead by Daylight fans will fork out 40 fucking bucks for the free exact same Attack Titan skins that have very tiny differences, like show yourself some fucking respect. And your money, just don't dress up for a bit. Show them that you don't support what they're doing. But I'm not going to start beef with Dead by Daylight fans, especially anything going on Twitter. Fuck that shit. Instead, I just want to talk about what I'm going to do in the future. Now, for the part I've been dreading to say, but for the past year and a half, I've been making a weekly perk showcase on the Wraith. Despite everything, I love the Wraith. He was the reason I got into Dead by Daylight all those years ago. When I saw Otz playing him back in 2020, his gameplay has always clicked for me. But I just don't enjoy playing this game anymore, so with a heavy heart, I will be stopping it. My current plan is to end the series where it is and bring out a ultimate showcase and ranking video for all the killer perks. And unless something big happens that changes my opinion and I go back to enjoying Dead by Daylight like I used to, that will be that. I'll then likely unlist them like I did the Persona videos, but I'm not too sure just yet. The rest of my Dead by Daylight videos will stay. You can hear me back when I was passionate for this game. But regardless of everything, that Wraith video will be my final contribution to the community for a long time. I have thought about making custom Moris in my spare time, and it may be something I post on another channel, but for this channel, that Wraith video will be it. With that all being said, if me getting mad at a game that I used to love with all my heart intrigues you in the content that I make, I would love to see you stick around. I usually make videos on things I'm passionate in, or it's a bug that won't get out of my mind, which, funny enough, this video was originally that. Well, if that interests you at all, please leave a like and subscribe, and genuinely, at this point, let's just wish that behavior will actually bring this game back from its slow, perpetual death spiral. Yes, Wraith. 10 more years of Dead by Daylight. Just close your eyes. It'll be over soon.